Hello, this is Seher from Easy Peasy, and the topic we are going to discuss today is called as structure and function of proteins. Proteins are the second most abundant biomolecule present inside a human body. Protein is a polymer, and it is made up of a monomer called as amino acid. The composition of amino acid consists of 4 different groups. The first group is the alpha carbon, which is attached with amino group on one end and carboxylic group on the other end. These 3 groups are common in every amino acid, and R group varies with every amino acid, that is changing the amino acid from one another. Due to this R group, there are more than 300 different types of amino acids, but most commonly found are 20 only. These amino acids can be categorized into 4 different categories. That is the nonpolar side chain, which is also called as hydrophobic amino acids. Polar uncharged side chain, that is the hydrophilic amino acids, and some amino acids also have charge on it. That includes aspartic acid and glutamic acid as an acidic amino acid, and histidine, arginine, and lysine as a basic amino acid. Now these amino acids, when they come close to each other, the OH of the carboxylic group make bond with the H of the amino group, and the water will be excluded, and the carboxylic group will make bond with amino group. This bond is called as peptide bond. Now with the addition of this peptide bond, each amino acid can get connected with the other amino acid and make a long chain. This chain is called as polypeptide chain. Now at this point, the protein is in the primary state. Now these amino acids will make alpha helix and beta sheets. At this point, they are called as the secondary structures of proteins. Now the question is, how alpha helix and beta sheet formation occurs with these amino acids? And the answer to this question is the formation of hydrogen bond occurs with the amino acids that is present in the polypeptide chain. Now this hydrogen bond will not be made by the R group. Rather, they will be made by the amino group and carboxylic group of the amino acid. In this picture, as you can see, this yellow dotted line is showing the hydrogen bonding occurring between the amino acids. Now in the formation of alpha helix, every 4th amino acid will make a hydrogen bond with every 1st amino acid. Let's count them. So this is the amino acid number 1, 2, 3, and 4th. So the hydrogen bond formation occurs between the 1st amino acid and the 4th amino acid. In beta-plated sheets, all amino acids will make hydrogen bonds with the amino acid that is in front of it on the other sheet. As you can see, this amino acid is making hydrogen bond with the other amino acid that is present on the other sheet. That's how the beta-plated sheet formation occurs. Now, with the help of these alpha helix and beta sheets, a protein can twist and turn itself into 3D formation, and that is called as tertiary structure or 3-dimensional structure. At this point, the protein is not functional, but it is taking different type of shapes in this category. Now the question is, how a protein is taking the tertiary structure conformation? And the answer to this question is related with the R group. Now, R group of every amino acid is involved in the formation of 3-dimensional structures. Now, this is a beautiful picture showing every type of bond that R group can make. As you can see in this picture, the first bond formation is the ionic bond formation. And this kind of ionic bond formation occurs due to the involvement of charged amino acid. So acidic amino acid are basic amino acid involved in the ionic bond formation. The second type of bond that we can see in this picture is the hydrophobic interactions. As you can see by the name, that these hydrophobic interactions will be made by non-polar amino acids or hydrophobic amino acids. The third type of bond formation, as you can see in this picture, is disulfide linkage. And this disulfide linkage is made by a specific amino acid called as cysteine. The fourth type of bond formation is the hydrogen bond. And this type of hydrogen bond formation with the R group occurs with those amino acids that have OH group in them. and those are serine and threonine that are mostly making these hydrogen bonds inside the polypeptide chain. Now, with the help of these bond formations, the protein will categorize itself into the tertiary stage. Now, this tertiary structure of protein can interact with other type of biomolecules. For example, a lipid, a carbohydrate, or another protein. And then they will make another form of protein, and that is called as quaternary structure or complex of protein molecules. At this point, this protein is functional, as this is the hemoglobin protein which is present in the red blood cells, and the function of this hemoglobin protein is to transport different type of molecules like oxygen. Now, proteins with different type of composition, different type of bond formation, different type of twisting and turning can convert into different type of proteins. For example, the proteins can act as a catalyst in the form of enzymes and can reduce the time limit of catabolic and anabolic lengthy reactions and make it faster. It can also provide immune protection. It can provide mechanical support like in bones in the form of collagen protein. It can transport other molecules like in blood in the form of hemoglobin, immunoglobulin, and plasma albumin. It can generate movement in the form of contractile protein, and it can transmit nerve impulses. It can regulate body metabolism in the form of enzymes and hormones, and it can also control cell growth and differentiation. Now, with all these different type of functions, the source of protein is food, and these food is really necessary to have all these type of amino acids that is going to work inside our body. So we need to eat properly and be healthy. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe our channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.